Eminent, are you ready?
Yes, we can start now.
Yeah, I know most members will come in late, but we shall share the recording with them. No problem.
Okay. Welcome to this amazing Karibuni cocktail. We are going to learn a lot from our guest speakers. Before we start the session, here are the rules we should abide by. People should mute their microphones whenever it's not your turn to talk. Please make sure that your microphone is muted at all times. If you have a good bandwidth, you can turn on your video so that this can be an interactive session. Please feel free to share emojis to appreciate speakers or show us you are with us. You can type your questions on the chat. We will get back to you on that. And please let your friends know that this session has started so that they can benefit and learn a lot. I would like now to hand over this imaginary podium, to our TGD, Toastmaster Wilson.
Thank you so much, Eminent Ephraim, our club retention chair, for that opening. I am bouncing off the walls because we are going to end the year in style. We are going to be inspired. This is our third Karibuni cocktail. Karibuni means welcome in English. It's a Swahili word. And we normally invite and welcome our new members every other 2 months. The first Karibuni was graced by our international president, past international president, Richard EPEC, DTM, and many members have been inspired. Our district comprises of 6 countries, that is Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Rwanda, and we're trying to revive our club in Burundi. We are also trying to open a club in Sudan, South Sudan. Our rallying call is be the best. We want to be the best. Since our district was established a few years ago, we've already been one of the top districts in the world. And that's why we insist that it's possible for us to be the best. Now that acronym BEST stands for build. We want to build new clubs. In fact, we're going to be holding corporate summits in Kigali, Kampala, Dar es Salaam, and Addis Ababa very soon. We want to empower people. E stands for empower. We want to empower our members so that they can benefit from the Toastmasters program. We also want to support them because without our support with the leaders, our members cannot persist. They will think this program is not good enough. Then T stands for teamwork. Work as a team to ensure that we deliver. Nobody can do everything. Nobody is an island. We always have to work together to ensure that we become the best. We always look out for the best people out there, Toastmasters, to inspire our members. And this evening, we're blessed to have our international director, Toastmasters International Director, Shabaz Ali Shah. When they ask me what inspires me, there's nothing else, but these are the people who inspire me. The way they serve us, the way they want us to be the best, just inspires me to also support other people. DTM Ali Shabaz is an educator and entrepreneur. He led the largest district in the world in 2016 to 2017, which had about 367 clubs. He's a registered parliamentarian by the National Association of Parliamentarians. He's a past Region 11 advisor and currently our International Toastmasters Director for Region 11. Please unmute your videos and welcome our keynote speaker, Ali Shabaz Ali Shah. The theme is Decide Your Future.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you very much, CGD Wilson, District 114 family, and also I see the Club Quality Chair Eminent and the CGD team, district leaders, new members. A very good evening to all of you. I was told that in the Karibuni event today, we are going to welcome new members. And it seriously took me back 19 years when I was a new member. I joined Toastmasters back in end of 2003. And when I joined Toastmasters in my country, Bahrain, where I come from, we hardly had like 9 to 10 clubs. And then we grew today. Bahrain is known as a mother of Toastmasters Club in the Middle East. And why? Because the first club here in Bahrain was chartered in 1964. And that's from that one club, we are 5 districts in the Middle East. In Africa, 3 districts and 1 district in Pakistan, and that makes us Region 11. A huge culturally diverse region, and that's our secret, diversity. Now, the reason why I'm telling you so much about Region 11 and what's so special about Region 11, it's gigantic, it's huge. And when I joined in 2003, my friends, I never knew that I will be the international director someday of such a big, diverse, friendly region. It's a huge responsibility. It's easy to say I'm the international director. It's easy to say I'm the district director, club growth director, or division or area director. But we know it adds a lot of responsibilities if we really do what we have to do. This 19 years since I joined, it's so fresh because I enjoyed learning and serving. Let me tell you something more as new members, so you're going to learn from what I'm going to say today. When I joined, I was lost. I saw a newspaper ad that an ex-com has been elected for a club. And I saw what's Toastmasters. And I saw the big names, president, vice president, education, all the positions of the club ex-com. And I was like, wow, it's so fascinating. I went to the club and I just said, I want to join without even understanding what am I getting myself into 19 years back. I saw people giving amazing speeches. And then I saw some people getting up and giving their points for the speakers to correct themselves in future or to come back as stronger speaker, grammarian, accounter. So all this started fascinating me. I filled up the membership form after 3 meetings and I just joined. After a few months, when there was club elections, they told me, why don't you run for sergeant at arms of the club? I had no idea about the position. I just said, yes, it's fine. And when I joined, I was lost again. I went for the club officers training and I understood a bit of what I have to do. But then with the right mentors around me, I started understanding the whole program, the position I'm serving in, and I had some direction. I use the word mentors around me. So new members, take note of this point. At times I was so lost. When I went to my official mentor was busy person just like me, had a full-time job, family to support. So I couldn't bother them so much. Give my speech printout, tell them to see how does it looks like, where I need to correct. So what I did, I had my official mentor, but I started looking for more unofficial mentors. And that's the way I started being familiar with so much things. That doesn't mean I was still not lost in the ocean. Being lost, it's fun at times. So you explore, you enjoy those impromptu blessings coming your way at times. Surprises are good, but have mentors around you. So new members, find people in the club you joined. Other clubs you might go as a guest. You see great personalities, sincere personalities. Have your connections built with them. Take their contact. Build some connection. Look around for mentors, unofficial mentors, whom you can call and talk to. Hey, you know what? I want to give a speech on this subject. Do you have any ideas about it? So mentoring, if you don't get it from your official mentor, it's okay, not a big deal. Look around, create your pool of mentors, but take precautions. Don't create a pool for 20 mentors. You'll go crazy. Just create a small pool of 3 to 4 people around you who can guide you, who are your supporters in your success. Sometimes it happened to me. I thought this person will be a good unofficial mentor, only to find out that the person was kind of forced to be my mentor, was just being kind, didn't want to say no to me, but I'm always going and asking questions. So I didn't get the best advices from the person. So don't make a very huge pool, 3 to 5 people who you feel that are supporting you. They steer positivity in what you have to do. So that's number one. You have a mentor, make full use of it. If you don't get much, look for more unofficial mentors. 3 to 5, in my experience, should be great. As you go further in Toastmasters, as new members, you will realize in Toastmasters, we have 2 parts, speaking and leading. Becoming the leader who always you wanted to be, and or become the best speaker, even maybe the best speaker in the world champion of public speaking. As I grew in Toastmasters, I chose speaking as my dedicated track. I went ahead, enjoyed the club contest. I enjoyed the area contest. I used to compete and compete and compete. My speeches turned out to be great. And this was probably 10 years back from now. But then one day, somebody came and told me, when I lost at the district level speech contest, someone told me, Ali, you know what? You need to finish your DTM track. And you can't be just speaking. You need to serve as area director, at least. In our days, it was called area governor. And I was like, isn't there any other way? Because I really don't want to get into leadership. You know, I don't want to spoil my speaking track. So they said, if you want your DTM, you will have to go through some leadership. Since I lost, I was like, okay, you know what? I'll take a break for 1 year. and I'll go for area elections. I went for area elections and I got elected as an area director. When I got elected, this time my mentor pool was little different. They were not the same mentors who would help me to build good speeches. I started looking for new mentors around me. Again, not a very big pool. Mentors who can tell me how to make those right decisions. Or mentors who can tell me what procedures should I apply in area elections, in area meetings, area councils. So today when you heard CGD Wilson was talking, you might have heard that I'm a registered parliamentarian by the National Association of Parliamentarians. And I'm the only one till date so far in the whole of Middle East. And the reason why, because not everybody wants to walk that track of parliamentary procedures. But when I became an area director, I saw a whole new picture of leadership. I just dived deep into this. Then I used to give speeches at my clubs, but I didn't get into contests because I couldn't. The rule doesn't permit me to do that. So from area director, I found parliamentary procedures so fascinating. I went back to becoming a club president just to apply parliamentary procedures during my club business meetings. Then I went to become division director and then district positions and then international. I never thought I would be a leader to lead the team when I joined 19 years back. But the reason why I'm telling you this, because I gave this advices to few people who joined for just one purpose. Like me, I joined only for public speaking. Now when I see new faces coming in Toastmasters and they tell me, I'm just joining to improve my leadership skills. Many tell me I'm just joining to become the world champion of public speaking. No club roles, leadership roles at all. I know somebody who reaches the district competition every year from past 10 years and still loses. He shared his story with me and he told me that, DTM Ali, I'm always losing in the district. I'm so unlucky. I'm just few steps away from becoming the world champion of public speaking. I told him what the problem was. For me, world champion of public speaking, if you get it, great. But what I saw in many world champion of public speaking, that they don't just speak, they have some element of leader as well in their speeches, in their lives. So till we don't balance the equation, speaking and leading, we really don't get that full package from Toastmasters. So it doesn't matter what's the reason you join Toastmasters for. Improving your impromptu skills, your prepared speeches skills, generally public speaking skills, logistics. At the end of the day, you will get the whole package. And that's the beauty about Toastmasters. And you have to go through that track. So this is what happened. When I wanted my DTM, I had to go through leadership, area director. That's all. But I never knew that I'll come this far. If this rule was not there, that you really need to go through both tracks, speaking and leadership, to get your DTM, I wouldn't be sitting in front of you today. There was no chance. I would just be competing. But our organization, Toastmasters International, when it was founded by Dr. Rabsis Medley, it had all this hidden benefits, bonuses for us Toastmasters. You can't be a great speaker without being a good leader, and you can't be a good leader without being a good speaker. So it goes hand in hand. Now, there is one common element between speaking and leading, and that is serving. So members, new members, if you have joined Toastmasters today, do you know how you will sharpen your skills? You learn, you serve, and then you sharpen your skills. So I can read all the books on leadership, but in Toastmasters, reading is not enough. I need to apply it. How do you apply it? It's very simple. Become a timer in your club. That's time management. Sometimes we think becoming a timer in a club is not helpful. That's because we know very little about the role. We think the role is all about lights, green, yellow, red. No, it is about controlling time for the whole meeting. If you see someone going off time, general evaluator, you have all the right to send a message, give a nudge. Mr. G, you have crossed your time. And that, who does it? Leaders. Because everybody else would be so shy to tell the G that you have crossed your time. You see, these small roles are building you to become a leader. And then you go into bigger roles, area director, division director, or let's say the club quality chair today. So not every role has to have big labels. No, we need to serve to sharpen our skills, be it with or without labels. You see the badge which I'm wearing today, it has an expiry date. I'm your international director today. I won't be your international director after a few months. But the skills which I'm learning today is what I'm going to carry for the rest of my life. Same thing with CGD Wilson. And new members, hats off to your CGD. I have never ever seen in 19 years district doing this event for new members just to welcome them. So round of applause to CGD Wilson. Thank you very much for all your efforts. I've seen them doing new membership orientation. That's another workshop. But something like this, just to welcome you all, I've never seen it. I'm open to any questions that you may have, but just to recap, remember, being lost is fine. Don't worry about it. We are in a platform to make mistakes. We can't do these mistakes in our companies, in our businesses. But in Toastmasters, you are allowed to do mistakes. Isn't that amazing, right? So you can do mistakes. You can learn from them. So don't worry about making mistakes. Be lost and enjoy that phase of being lost. But learn from your mentor and make a pool of mentors. Not many, just a small pool. Speak and lead. Work on both tracks. Do not feel why I have to do one or the other. Why am I being forced to do this? Because the whole package later will be amazing. And keep serving to sharpen your own skills. Thank you very much, new members, for having me. And I'm open to questions. I want to hear if you have any questions. CGD Wilson?
Fantastic. Colleagues, please unmute your videos and appreciate our keynote speaker this evening. It's been amazing.
Thank you so much.
Patricia Nanteza, our marketing manager in our district, will lead the session on the question and answer.
Sure.
Please, Patricia.
Okay, thank you so much, CGD Wilson Asiimwe. I think that was not enough. Let's all put our hands together and clap for our guest speaker.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Ali Shabaz Ali, DTM. I might forget everything you said, but I'll not forget the phrase that being lost is fine. It reminds me of a statement that says, it's okay not to be okay because we keep learning.
Exactly.
Thank you for sharing your experience for the 19 years, and you've truly motivated us who have been in Toastmasters, and I believe our new members as well. I'm here to take questions from the members present in this room. You can share with the chat, or you can use the raise your hand bar for questions, and I'll be responding to you. Thank you so much for sharing. I love the fact that you are fascinated by what we look at as small things, but they have taken you places. And you've also encouraged us to keep on taking up roles so that we sharpen our skills. And the key word here is speak and lead. The chat room is open for questions, or you can raise your hands to have some questions. Over to you, members on this platform right now.
There's Fido. Fido's raising up his hand.
Okay, before I take up Fido, I want to read one question from Susan Cheriot. Yes, and Susan is asking, what was your biggest challenge as a speaker stroke leader? Or did speaking come naturally to you?
Wow, that's a great question. So I'll talk about speaking first. It didn't come naturally. I'm a very introvert person by nature. I don't speak to many people. But when I started competing in my home club, there is where I understood that I should continue speaking, because my speeches became winning speeches. So I tried, made them better, contacted my mentors, and just started working on scripting my speeches, taking it along with me, keeping 2 or 3 speeches as a backup plan. So I was always practicing. So it didn't come naturally, but yes, there was a lot of practice. Some are great speakers by nature, but in Toastmasters, we change the genetics, I would say, of speaking. We make everybody a good speaker, but they have to take the first step. So I was challenged once by one of the champions that let's meet at the Grand Arena, which was a district, and we will compete with each other. And I was like, wow, okay, I accept that challenge. It was a fun challenge. And then I tried, and I ended up in the district competing with one of the champions. So that was a big day. So definitely when that fun challenge was thrown at me, a friendly one, I was like, now I have to be there. So it took me like some time to practice, but I was there. Leadership was full of challenges. So that would be a whole different workshop. Even as a club president, club VP membership, club PR, you will have challenges. Let's say for public relations manager in the club, maybe you will have a challenge. A member sent you an article, but your newsletter is already full of articles. Can you turn down that member's article? And that member is a very old member of your club. Not ready to listen to no. You have to put my article this month. But you have to say no. How will you manage that situation? That's leadership. And that has happened to me a few years back. I had to turn down one article and say, I'm going to put your article next month. But that member was, you need to put my article this month or I leave the club. How will you manage this situation? That's leadership. So you can imagine when I was running the largest district in the world. We had 367 clubs. So 88 areas, 23 divisions. It was a lot of leadership challenges we faced, but that's what makes us understand depth of leadership and speaking. It's an ocean. It depends on you how deep you want to dive. So there were a lot of challenges with speaking, especially with leadership. But I would tell you, I think the person who questioned is Susan, you said?
Yes.
Yeah. I would just say, don't worry about those challenges. Just get in. Get in the pool. You won't realize when you are in the ocean already. So just go step by step and enjoy the journey. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We are learning a lot from you. I'll take 2 more questions, then you can answer them at once. And
Sure.
then I'll also allow for people who are raising up their hands to ask if they can.
Patricia, there's 2 questions in
Yes,
the
please.
chat. I don't know whether you saw them. Our
Yes,
past,
it's what I'm asking. Yeah, let me ask, Wilson.
okay, right.
We have a question from Dorothy. Dorothy says, how are you able to manage impromptu speeches? I think this is where she has a challenge. And we also have another question from Gilbert, who says many members shy away from leadership due to personal busy schedules. How should members strike a balance between Toastmasters and other spheres of their lives outside Toastmasters?
Great, wonderful questions. The first one is, tell your VP education that inform the table topics master in your club to call you more often while table topic session. Of course, they have to give chance to other people as well. Try to go as a guest in other clubs. And when you go there as a guest, you can tell them, I'm here as a guest. I would love to speak in table topics. So please, can you call me? And that's all right. They need victims. If you yourself are going to tell them, call me as a victim, they'll be happy. Wow, oh, great, come in. So table topics in Toastmasters is one of those package which makes us great impromptu speaker. So go for it in your club, in other clubs. Participate in table topics contest. Don't fear. Just go ahead. You might have a blackout. That's totally fine. No worries. And that's how you improve your impromptu skills. Talking about the second question,
How you strike a balance?
Yeah, how we strike a balance. I know one member this term who is serving as Vice President of Public Relations in one club, Vice President Education in another club, and she is the area director of 4 clubs. So when she came to me a few days back, completely broken down and said, I cannot manage, I reminded her the advice I gave her in June before the term started, that please, don't take multiple positions. Just take one. Toastmasters is a 90+ years old organization. It's not going anywhere. So why the rush? Take one position, finish the term, and then go to the next position. So striking the balance, if we are just going to stick to one position, trust me, you will enjoy, you will learn, and this balancing issue will not happen. Now, I'm the international director. Alone in Africa, Middle East, Pakistan, it's 37+ countries. So I don't say yes. I get calls to become a general evaluator in clubs in Africa, in Middle East. But if I'm going to say yes to all this, I'll go crazy. I can't manage. We are human beings. So when you pick a role, stick to that role. And we need to learn how to say no to something which is not required and it's not an urgent matter. Other people can take those roles. So take a role, stick to it. You will not have that issue. So that only happens when we jump into multiple roles, which you could have avoided. So don't be a victim of saying yes to every other role. Your work, family, health really matters. And that's what we want to do with the 4 core values. Excellence is one of them. You can't bring excellence if you're going to take multiple roles. Even Superman can't do it. So it's impossible. You know, Superman saves only one city at a time. So he can't save many cities. Yeah.
Thank you so much. From your responses, I'm learning that if we are to master impromptu speeches, then we have to practice more often. And also, if we are to balance Toastmaster together with life outside Toastmaster, then we should not take in so many roles, one role at a time.
At a
That is
time. And I
very
will
good.
just add one more thing. Where what we learn in Club A, I see members of multiple clubs. What they learn in Club A, they take it to Club B. What they learn in Club B, they take it to Club C. It's okay to do that, but why you have joined Toastmasters, what you learn in Club A, take it back to your work, your personal and professional life. But our skills shouldn't be rotating alone in Toastmasters. Take it out of Toastmasters. Take it to the community. There is no point if I'm a great speaker and I'm not doing anything using the speaking skills at my work to build the community, then something is missing here. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we also have a similar question, almost close to what you've just answered. And this is a follow-up question from Eminent. How do you balance your professional and social life with Toastmasters?
I'm a professor in cloud computing, artificial intelligence. When people see me at work, I don't act like I'm the international director. So a Toastmaster once was on campus at my university and came up to me and said, I heard you are very silent here. You know, people don't know who you are in Toastmasters, or what's the problem? I just tell them when I enter the gate at my work, I am an employee in this place. I'm not the international director. So, but I act like one. I act like leader, but without a label. So when you're at work, focus at your work, on your work. And I've seen people falling apart at work. I saw one past district director who was at work and started acting like district director. So what would happen? I can see Janine and Wilson smile already. So at work, there is a hierarchy, there is a CEO, there is a GM, there is team leader, and we have work protocols. So don't mix whoever we are in Toastmasters, in Rotary, in Lions, or other nonprofit organization. That's one thing, but at work, it's different. You can carry the skills, but don't carry your badge at work. They might feel like, what's wrong with you? You know, so we need to separate these two phases in our life.
Thank you so much. I now know that most of the skills are transferable even outside Toastmasters. We do have a question from Fidel. Kindly unmute. I don't know if Fidel is a guest or a Toastmaster. Kindly unmute and ask your question. Fidel, are you there? Your hand is up. Kindly ask your question.
Dibu. Hello.
We should. Okay.
Hello, we can hear you, Fidel.
Okay. My question, I have two questions. Number one, I want to ask DTM Ali that what is your advice to people who want to become professional speakers? And then number two, as a seasoned Toastmaster, what would be your advice to new Toastmasters who want to make the best out of Toastmaster, who want to get the best out of Toastmasters in their journey? Thank you.
Well, good questions again. The first one, I would say for professional speaker, we have a program in Toastmasters called the Accredited Speaker. So once you go to Toastmasters International site, just type Accredited Speaker, and you will find out how to become a professional paid speaker if you wish. Many districts, they have something called as Districts Speakers Bureau. Even your club can start a speakers bureau, not just the district. So the speakers bureaus, one of the role is to make you a professional speaker. You can do it by yourself. If you read the information on accredited speaker, there are 25 speeches. You have to go through that journey of 25 speeches. Some speeches, corporates have to pay for it. It's a journey which you embark. It does take time. And every convention, every year in the convention, we recognize these accredited speakers. So accredited speakers are basically professional speakers recognized, certified by Toastmasters International. And coming to the next point is going around, walking around the program itself. Read and deliver your speeches. Take roles in your club, and then a step at a time. But if we don't go to the VP Education and say, I need to speak in that meeting, can you book a slot for me? Then definitely your learning will be on a pause mode. So don't wait for the VP Education to come and request you always. Can you take this role? Can you do this? Can you do that? Work around with your mentor. I want to be a timer in this meeting. I want to be an evaluator. I want to speak in this meeting. So make a program for yourself and check it with your mentor if it is good enough. Know when is your club contest. So, okay, I'm going to take part in the club contest. If your goal is leadership as well, try to see how you can excel in the leadership process. So all information is available to you on the website through your mentors. If your mentor is busy, look out for mentors who can guide you. Yeah, hope I could answer the question.
Yes, the questions have been well answered. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Fidel, you can now lower your hand. Thank you for those questions. CGD Wilson, I don't know how much more time we have. I think we'll do one more question and close the
Is there a question?
Q&A.
Because DTM Ali was supposed to be here for only 30 minutes, but he's enjoyed this session. He has spent 45 minutes with us. Is there one question you can take on before we proceed to the pathways curriculum? Oh, I think
I see. Yeah, all questions are answered.
Okay.
We also have some compliments.
I would like everyone to unmute their videos. Who is able to take photos this evening? Who is able to take some photos for us before DTM Ali goes? Jenny? Elizabeth?
Yeah, what I know how to do is to take a screenshot. That is what I know how to do.
Yes, can you please unmute your videos, and we have some photos with DTM Ali Shabaz. This is a landmark photo, significant photo for those who attended.
Yeah, and stay there, stay on course, Toastmasters, give me a minute. Okay, is everybody smiling?
Yeah.
Is everybody smiling? Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. I'm taking a screenshot right now. Okay, there we go. I've taken it. Thank you very much. I'll share it with everybody.
Thank you very
Right.
much. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank Toastmaster Ali Shabaz Ali Shah, DTM, for accepting to visit us this evening. You've shared wonderful nuggets. We've been few on this platform today, but we have a recording we're going to share with our hundreds members in our district. We normally do this so that they can also benefit from the speakers' views, and I know that they're going to benefit from what you've said. Yep. If you have a glass around you, a bottle of a cup of tea, can you please raise your glass, raise your bottle, and toast to DTM Ali Shabaz Ali Shah for such a wonderful session.
Thank you very much, CGD, Wilson, and team. Members, enjoy the Pathways Experience workshop, which is going to come next, or the session. It's the backbone of why the reason we all are here, Pathways. So the name says it all. Thank you for having me, and wish you a great evening.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
DTM Jenny Mole, how wonderful is our Pathways curriculum? Please tell us.
No, absolutely. Thank you very much, CGD Wilson Asiimwe. Thank you very much, DTM Ali, and he has left. Toastmasters and guests, I'm here, and it is a pleasure. I do have only 10 minutes to quickly walk us through the pathways, the Toastmasters pathways, which is the educational system that we follow. You know, I just want to say, you know, in follow-up to Fidel, I think Fidel asked the question that how do you make the most out of your Toastmasters journey? And one of the ways is really to take advantage of the pathways. Toastmasters, because I only have 10 minutes, allow me to share my slide, my screen, and I'm going to share with you what the pathways are. Okay, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Can somebody please confirm? I guess you can see the picture, right? That's the pictures we just took, but I want to talk about the pathways. Can somebody who's unmuted, please let me know what you see on my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, you can see. Okay, good. So Toastmasters and guests. Okay, I didn't hear that, but I think you can see. So Toastmasters, particularly the new Toastmasters and any guests in the room, Toastmasters International, when you join, follows a curricula called the Pathways, and we have 11 pathways. Let me start by saying that in Toastmasters, you are here to build 5 core competencies. DTM Ali did talk about we are here for both our public speaking skills and leadership skills. So the competencies that you're going to grow and develop are 1, public speaking, 2, interpersonal communication, 3, strategic leadership, 4, management, and 5, confidence. So yes, to some of you who are new, it may look like at Toastmasters, all we do is come and deliver speeches and get feedback and improve in our public speaking. But really, there are 5 competencies that you will develop. And then, like I said, we have 11 pathways from which you choose. When you join Toastmasters, you get one pathway free, and then additional pathways that you undertake, you pay $20. And the pathways are listed there, starting from dynamic leadership, effective coaching, engaging in humor, innovative planning, and others. You will learn from either your vice president education or membership or your mentor. They will take you through how you get to pick your path. You can either do an assessment or just read through the paths and pick one. And that conversation can be had at the club level. What I want to really bring to your attention that is not always easily seen when you join a Toastmasters meeting is exactly what the Toastmasters pathways are all about. Right here, opened in more details, is the dynamic leadership pathway. The principles of the pathways are really the same across all the 11, with a little differences. So what I want to show you is in Toastmasters and in the pathways, there are 5 levels. What you can see right now is level 1, 2, and 3. On your screen right now, I believe you can see level 1, 2, and 3. The first 2 levels are the same across all the pathways. The first level for all of us is about mastering the fundamentals. We are new to Toastmasters, we're probably new to public speaking, and we want to build our confidence and the skills. And therefore, the first level is mastering fundamentals. This is where you come and just learn about the structures of a speech. You know, how do you write a speech with a purpose? Then you get an introduction to how you use vocal variety and body language. And then there is another project you do where you deliver a speech, get feedback, and apply the feedback either to the same speech or a different speech. That is level 1. Level 2, you are getting to learn about your style. What is your leadership style? What is your communication style? And then a compulsory also project is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. We did hear from DTM early just how important mentors are in our Toastmasters journey. So that is level 1 and 2. When we get to level 3 is where we begin to see a bit of difference. Here in dynamic leadership, if that's your path, the compulsory project would be negotiate the best outcome. From level 3, we are all now begin to increase our knowledge, increasing our knowledge in public speaking and in leadership. For this particular pathway, the project is negotiate the best outcome. And then you will see here on the right that in level 3, then we all have 2 elective projects that we need to undertake. The list here, I believe, is about 14 projects. You get to choose any 2 depending on the skills that you want to develop. You can see here, there are projects about delivering social speeches. That would be, for example, if you're called upon to give a toast at a wedding or in your organization. There is how to use presentation software. There's connecting with storytelling. There is effective body language, inspiring your audience. Depending on what you want to learn first, you get to pick 2 of the electives in level 3. Now, and begin to notice that we are now past the fundamentals. We want to know how to inspire an audience. We want to practice how to use effective body language. We want to know how we get to make connections with networking. So Toastmasters, as we have heard, is not just about delivering speeches. These projects will help you get these skills and develop these skills. Moving down, and I see that let me first stop sharing for a minute because I want to go to level 4. The level 4, we've done 1 and 2. The level 4 now goes to building skills. We want to build our skills, right? So as you come from level 1, 2, and 3, what is happening is you are advancing. You are advancing in the skills and the knowledge that you are acquiring. So now we are building skills. For example, in dynamic leadership, the compulsory project here is managing change. Now, Toastmasters, yes, when you come to a Toastmasters meeting, you find us presenting speeches. But this is based on a project. For example, I know to manage change in this project, the project is for you to develop the skills of how you can manage change, any kind of change, either an organizational change, a change in your profession, in your social status, whatever it is. How do you manage that change, and how do you communicate that change if you're a leader? And that would be the project here in dynamic leadership. And then on the right, you can see also in level 4, we do have electives. And here we have about 8 elective projects. You get to choose only one for you to advance. And here you can see, for example, one of them is to create a podcast. I have never done this project. It's one of those I would like to undertake because I think I know nothing about podcasts. But if that's your interest, that's the one you would do first. Here you learn about public relations strategies. I've done that one where I had to come up with a public relations strategic plan for an organization. And in Toastmasters, for every project that you do, there is a training that you undertake, all self-paced, online. It's about 10 minutes. You take the training. They tell you the skills that you're going to develop and what are some of the things you need to do to finish that project. You apply those to a project, and then you come to a Toastmasters meeting and you deliver a speech. Moving along after level 4, we go to level 5. And now here you are demonstrating expertise. At this point, in level 1, you delivered 5 speeches. In level 2, you delivered 3 speeches. In level 3, you delivered 3 speeches. Level 4, you've delivered 2 speeches, and now you're beginning to demonstrate a level of expertise. And here, for example, the project here in dynamic leadership is lead in any situation. Toastmasters, the projects get more challenging and more demanding. In this project of lead in any situation, you need to lead for about 6 months in any situation. Either in your organization or in Toastmasters, you lead for 6 months, you apply the trainings and the things that you learn from Toastmasters, and then you come back to a club and deliver a speech about your experience. And then common to all the pathways is the last speech here in level 5, which is reflect on your path. You're going to give a speech at the end of your pathway to reflect about how was your journey. What were the challenges? What are some of the things you learned? Who are your mentors? How did you make use of mentors and coaches? How did you make use of your vice president education? How did you plan yourself? So you come and give us a speech about that whole journey. In level 5, as you will see here, again, there are electives. Here there are 7 of them. You get to pick one. Lessons learned, moderate a panel discussion, Toastmasters. That's one of my best projects. Here you learn how to moderate a panel discussion, either in your Toastmasters club or at the place of work or anywhere else. But you apply the training that you learn in Toastmasters. And this project takes about 20 to 40 minutes. You are responsible for getting the panelists, preparing them. You pick the topic which you want to do, and then you come and you moderate a panel discussion. These are things I myself thought I would never have an opportunity. I had not the skills to do this, but we get to learn these skills here in Toastmasters. And then there is a project here, Prepared to Speak Professionally. And this is a speech you deliver. I want to believe it's about 18 to 20 minutes. So all the other speeches, most of them have been about 5 to 7 minutes. Now you're preparing to speak professionally and longer, and it's 18 minutes to 20 minutes. Another example of a more demanding project is the high performance leadership, where you need to carry out a project and you're supposed to display really high performance leadership. You have grown in your leadership skills. You want to take a project, get a team to do it, get a guidance committee, then implement your project and display and grow again your leadership skills. You heard DTM Ali say, we are here for 2 things, public speaking and leadership. In all these projects that you do, yes, they end up with a speech that you deliver in a club. However, you are leading in a certain situation. You are moderating a panel. There is one here that is about undergoing an interview. You practice right here how to be interviewed for a position. So for those of you who are new, and for Toastmasters who've been here maybe 6 months, 1 year, and you really don't quite know everything there is to know, this is what is at our disposal. We have so many skills and so many lessons and competencies to learn. And with that, let me just show you real quickly. In Toastmasters, as you're going through a whole pathway from level 1 to level 5, there are 300 competencies that you can acquire. 300 Toastmasters. I'm sure that the reason why DTM early is still a Toastmasters, even after 19 years, he still feels there are skills, there are competencies that he still needs to develop further. And allow me to show you just real quickly some of the competencies that we see that we have in Toastmasters. You know what, give me a minute. 300, and they range from, this is level 5 competencies, how to create a plan for future improvement, how to use effective strategies to coordinate efforts, how to set and achieve goals by overseeing and planning something. You know, that's in level 5, and there are many more here, more in level 5, how to facilitate a productive discussion, how to assess an individual's competence, how to identify situational leadership styles, right? This is all in level 4. In level 4, you know how to answer questions and provide information clearly, how to develop a well-written material, how to develop strategies for responding to challenging questions. You've been at your place of work, you present a report, you do a presentation, and then they bombard you with questions, and some of them, they're attacking you. How do you manage that? That you will learn right here in Toastmasters through the Pathway curriculum. You know, how do you acknowledge the responsibilities and realities of serving others? This is level 4. If you go to level 3, you know, how do you create clear and concise, visually pleasing slides? You have had the statement, death by PowerPoint. So how do you avoid that as a Toastmaster? How do you use vocal variety? How do you assess your emotions honestly? You know, so 300 Toastmasters, 300 competencies. Now, what I have given you is just a little snippet of what the curriculum has. There is a lot to it. Please get back to your Vice President Education, to your Vice President Membership, or to your mentor, and they will continue to explain to you what is at your disposal. Toastmasters, Mr. CGD, thank you very much, and back to you.
A round of applause for DTM Jenny Mole. What a resource that we have in our district. Jenny, we have a number of corporate summits we're going to hold, and it's a big one before TICON 2023. And I'm going to reach out to you to make sure that you're one of those people who will cajole our corporate institutions to embrace Toastmasters International. Thank you so much. You've done such a wonderful job this evening. I want to request our members to give us only 4 minutes. It's 6 minutes past 8 p.m. Only 4 minutes to listen to your expectations. New members, what are your expectations? We want to listen to you. We are here to support you. Do you want to speak to us? Has everything been so clear for you? Does anybody want to share?
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, please go ahead.
Thank you so much. And I have listened a lot, and also I have learned a lot even from from the previous two presenters. I am the new one joining the Toastmasters. I think the Blue Nile Toastmaster. So I'm expecting to learn a lot how to improve my public speaking skill. And also, even as she also explained, I can also even improve my leadership skill as well. So I think maybe the basic issue is about the mentoring part. So if we get a very good mentor, I hope we will develop the skills that we aspire to have. So I'm very excited about the presentation. So I hope I will have that kind of skill. I hope maybe in a year's time with your support.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
This has been so clear in such a short time. I don't think anybody, if you were somebody who hadn't joined Toastmasters, if you listen to our speakers this evening, I don't know whether you hesitate to join us. You are definitely going to improve your public speaking skills. Galaxy 11, what's your name? You didn't rename. From Blue Nile.
Demeka.
Who?
Demeka Fkado. My name is Demeka Fkado.
Demeka.
Yeah, the new one.
The new one.
I just joined today. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
If you are intentional, if you really want to improve, there's no reason why Toastmasters won't help you to achieve what you want to achieve as a public speaker. It's all about you. That's why the theme is decide your future. It's up to you. You decide if you want to improve or if you want to just be a member and look on as other people improve. I always tell people that public speaking is like swimming. You don't want to look at people swimming and then learn how to swim. You have to dive in there and learn how to swim. Get somebody to help you learn how to swim. You just can't go in there and swim because you've seen somebody swimming. All right, one more person. Our time is almost up. One person. Is there anybody who wants to share their expectations?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm Fidel, again from Kwanza Kenya Toastmasters Club. First of all, let me appreciate you for organizing this meeting. I've personally learned so much from it. And as a new member, I have very high expectations of learning public speaking and also improving my leadership and communication skills. So as our leaders, what I maybe expect from you is to just from your end provide a good environment that will facilitate learning and speaking and also leadership among the new members. Otherwise, thank you.
Fantastic, Fidel. Those are very fantastic ideas. As DTM Alicia told you, you just have to be involved in club activities. You need to go to your VPE. You need to chase your VPE, not the VPE to chase you for speaking roles, but you have to be intentional. Look for your VPE, ask them for speaking slots. If you do that, there's no reason why you will not achieve what you want to achieve. And if you participate in leadership roles that we have all the time, you're called upon, there's no reason why you won't be a top leader as soon as possible. Our time is up. I would like to thank you so much, colleagues, for turning up this evening. We're going to share the recording with all the colleagues who were not here this evening. I know that December is such a busy season, but we've been blessed to have our international director, Shabaz Ali Shah, who was our keynote speaker. He shared his nuggets. And then we've heard from our own DTM, Jenny Mule, talking about how pathways can propel you to greater heights as a public speaker, as well as a leader. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.